Kim Ji-won dazzles in dreams. Kim Soo-Hyun releases handwritten letters to his girlfriend. Hello from the team at YouTube channel Yahoo Japan News. A warm hello to everyone watching today, and a little nudge. Please support our channel and watch the whole video because we've woven some special details into the story that appear only if you stick around until the end. Now settle in, pour a cup of autumn tea, and let's tumble headfirst into a tale of magazine glamour, military-era love letters, and the sort of romantic drama that makes fans sigh, laugh, and reach for their tissues all at once. First, the sparkle. Kim Ji-won graces the cover of the October 2025 issue of Dreams. And if Autumn Radiance had a poster child, she would be it. Photographers caught her in a way that made the pages glow, a refined, magnetic elegance that reads like an old-fashioned love letter to poise itself. She wears that rare kind of calm confidence that makes even the magazine paper seem to blush. The gown, the jewelry, the gaze, everything conspires to announce, in the gentlest way possible, that fall has arrived and it brought nothing but class. It's the kind of cover that makes you believe, for a second, that the leaves turned themselves into couture. But while Ji-won provides the visual poetry, the other half of our story unspools in a far different key, a trove of handwritten pages, penned by Kim Soo-hyun during his time in the military. On September 30th, legal representative Go Sang Rock of Phil law firm revealed that Kim Soo-hyun indeed had a real, long-running relationship that began around 2016 and continued until spring 2019. For those keeping chronological score, the actor enlisted in October 2017 and, according to the account released by his attorney, served from January 2018 through July 2019 with a reconnaissance unit at the DMZ. Those months in a frontline post, the lawyer says, were punctuated not by radio silence but by a habit both sweet and stubborn. Whenever he could, he called his girlfriend and kept a private diary that gradually became a series of letters addressed to her. Imagine the scene: a soldier, confined by uniform and duty, converting ordinary camp days into a slow, patient correspondence. According to the legal statements, these diary-style entries began on January 2, 2018, the start of a recorded habit, and by spring they had become letters, intimate parcels of thought and longing meant for one particular person. Rather than sending the pages through the post and risk loss or leaks, the actor reportedly kept these writings with him and would deliver them in person during leave. Over the course of that time he is said to have written about 150 such entries, blending daily camp life, reflections on self, and declarations of affection into a single uninterrupted confession. And then there's the line fans will replay in their heads like a favorite song. The lawyer released an excerpt from a letter dated April 6, 2018. Translated into conversational English, it reads something like this: I looked back at myself, what I've done, why it's not enough, and I'm tormented by things I can't make up for. You are the one who cares for me, who puts up with my clumsy words and actions. I find you utterly lovable. I so wanted to write your name, but because I'm a soldier and often under watch, I couldn't. I love you. One day I'll tell everyone that you went through military service for me. If you're not a little melted right now, check your pulse, you might be made of stone. The lawyer was at pains to contrast these love letters with other, more perfunctory notes Kim Soo-hyun wrote to colleagues. In release and tone they were different. The attorney emphasized that the letters, specifically written for his girlfriend, contained direct, romantic statements like, I love you, language not used in the correspondence intended for professional acquaintances. As further context, Go explained that a single note once addressed to Kim Se-ron was written within the soldierly environment, where people shared encouragement and solidarity, a place where missing you can be shorthand for camaraderie rather than romance. In short, not every I miss you is a lead-in a romance novel. Sometimes it's a fellow actor saying, thanks for keeping me sane. If you want a peek behind the curtain at the softer moments, some diary lines are almost painfully ordinary in their affection. One entry dated July 30, 2018 imagines a future shared full of travel and ordinary discoveries. Next year at this time, I can be sure we'll travel together, doing new things, experiencing what we haven't yet. There are so many firsts left. I want to love and cherish you. To argue and make up. To sulk and then reconcile, so much with you. That is not the bravado of a headline. It's the tiny domestic dream of someone who wants to share a life. Right down to the small, human mess of it. Another entry, from August 3, 2018, notes the soldiers' day-to-day fatigue in the barracks but then circles back to gratitude. Every day at the camp I'm tired. But clearly I treat her better than before. Enlistment. I only think of her. I wait. I want to make her happy. I'm deeply grateful she waits for me. And I feel lucky every day because of that. There's an inevitable collision here between the private and the public. The lawyer acknowledged that making these pages visible is a rare and awkward move, a compromise born out of legal necessity. The documents were submitted in original form to investigative authorities and released to clarify the truth and defend his client's honor. That official framing is important because, as the attorney notes, there's a reputational cost when private matters are splashed across the headlines. If you're thinking, this sounds dramatic, congratulations, you've successfully tuned into modern celebrity life. Outside the legal statements, other reporting, including sources like Money Today, corroborates that the actor dated a woman from his agency circle from around 2016 until just before he returned from service in spring 2019. An industry insider quoted in the press pointed out that the dating relationship with that woman was an open secret within certain circles, making the idea of overlapping romances less plausible. Voices from the scene suggest the actor's priority was protecting that person's privacy. Whether that is a calculated decision or a genuinely protective instinct depends on whose side of the story you prefer. Either way, the revealing of diaries and letters is meant, so the lawyers say, to set the record straight. Now, because we're storytellers at heart, let's tie these two threads together in a way that makes heartbeats sync to the rhythm of magazine pages and paper folds. On one hand, Kim Ji-won's Dreams cover captures a moment of composed public radiance, a studio-lit, red carpet-ready declaration that beauty, style, and charisma still hold their little throne in the world. On the other, the dusty, folded pages of a soldier's diary claim a quieter kingdom, the kingdom of daily fidelity, of folding simple words into the margins of life so they can be handed back like a promise. Together, they make a tiny portrait of what modern stardom looks like, public glamour and private tenderness, both performed and preserved. Thank you for being here with. If you like this deep dive, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment.